Hello, Dwight Norris here of Fishing at Work here on the Charles River, which you can't see right now. But today we'll be reviewing or testing the Rapala Countdown CD5 minnow. This particular type of minnow is a sinking minnow. Rapala sinking minnows are quite popular for different types of fish: bass, walleye, smallmouth, and largemouth bass. If you get the miniature kind, small panfish as well, and it's really big on crappie, particularly this size. It's actually the 4-inch style. They have different types and different sizes and inches. It's technically 4 inches, but I think the CD5 Countdown 5, which what that is short for, actually means it's 5 inches long. I've actually used this before and caught a fish on it here earlier in the summer, but I didn't officially review it. So I wanted to stop and do that. Now, particularly with the countdown part of it, it's just a nice and snazzy way that Rapala says that it's a sinking minnow over a certain period of time at a certain rate. So the rate that I've seen it go down is about a foot every 3 to 5 seconds, depending on your water density. And that could depend on whether you're in this brackish water here, right next to the ocean on the river, the Charles River, or maybe on a lake where it's less brackish, which probably means it'll sink faster because salty water makes you buoyant. Therefore, this bait will not sink as fast as it would on a pond or a lake. Now, according to the guidelines here, which I can just show you real quick, it's backwards. But the swimming depth is between 3 and 6 feet. So if you use a steady retrieve that's not too fast, you can get down to 6 feet. Now, some people contrarily believe that the faster they retrieve, the deeper a crankbait like this will actually go. But it's actually a steady retrieve that this is actually done by. The faster you retrieve, the more you make the lip, the water that goes out the lip, slip off faster. So it's not able to grab enough where I want to use tension from the weight of the water when it goes through, and it'll slip off and it'll actually go up. So you gotta have a steady retrieve where there's a constant pressure of water below it. It actually sinks further. And apparently the 5 is for 5 centimeters, which means 2 inches. Not sure why I said 4 inches. I was thinking about something else. This is actually a 2-inch Rapala Countdown minnow, which is the same thing as 5 centimeters, which is why they went by CD5 as the name. If you know anything about Rapala, they're very popular, have great videos. If you go to my About Me page at fishingatwork.com/about, you'll see a short one, which I really like a lot because it really states what I'm doing here at fishingatwork.com. As a super cool fisherman who hops into an office while everybody's running around like crazy, and he says, "Stop! What are you doing? Look outside." Does that look like spreadsheet weather? No, it's fishing weather. So get out there and catch a bass. And then everybody goes crazy and they're pulling rods out of everywhere, out of their under their desks, in the ceiling, in the refrigerator. They're throwing all of a sudden there's Rapala lures everywhere, and they're ripping them out and they're going outside. So that's, as you can see, basically what I'm trying to get people to do here. Not like that, maybe more discreetly. But if you want to rip it out of your desk and be like, "Woo, I'm out of here, baby! It's lunchtime. It's time to go fishing," be my guest. Actually, today I walked out with my fishing rod halfway poking out of my book bag and don't really care. Ask a question, I'll tell you the truth. So here it is, the 2-inch Rapala Countdown minnow, 5 centimeters long. As you can see here, I actually got it stuck on a log and actually broke off one of the trebles, which stinks. I found out that these do get hung up a lot if you go near structure, which is where the fish are. And if you pull really hard, only one barb will come off. It won't actually allow you to get too stuck if you have a strong line. I think I have a 10-pound braided spider wire line, and it wasn't letting go, and neither was the log, and The log won, it took my bar, but it didn't take my $10 bait. So that's good. So if you do get hung up, there's a possibility if you keep a nice strong tension and you pull, you might actually bend the hook enough for one, that it releases, or two, it just snaps off. From what I've seen, it'll bend and then it'll break. So I'm gonna have to get another set of trebles for this, and I'll have to make sure that they're a Rapala kind, so that if I do get hung again, it will bend and break instead of not bend and then take everything with it and leave me Rapala countdown, less. So I'm gonna get this hooked up to this rod right here. This is a one of my cheap eBay rods. I think it's a Placino telescoping rod. I'm gonna be making a whole series of telescoping rod posts and videos, so you can tune into that and learn all about telescoping rods, because they're very important when you're fishing at work, because you want to remain discreet. You want to have compact things that are easy to carry, and the smaller you can make your fishing gear set, the better it will be for you to go out here and fishing and not waste time carrying a bunch of crap. So one of the issues that people have with a minnow like this is that they can't get it to move right. It's not shaking right, it's not going deep enough, and that is particularly because of the knot that they use on their Rapala minnows. Now I'm going to show you a style of knot that will allow the minnow to move freely in the water and mimic a hurt minnow or shad. It's supposed to swing wildly and be a little bit erratic, not like it's like swimming by, which, they'll bite that too, but if it looks like it's hurt, you'll get more of a reaction bite, more of a hungry bite. That's what we want. So what this looks like, it's actually a loop that goes around, and there's the hanger here, and there's going to be another loop that connects it of line. It's in a stay loop, an open loop that actually has some free play, and the knot will actually be up here and goes to a line. And I'll show you how to do that now. Hopefully I can get this done well on camera. So please just give me a second while I figure all this out. I actually haven't done this in a while. I will probably mess up. We're going to save your line. Have this drag on way too tight. Should have set this up beforehand. In hindsight, everything seems important. But I'm gonna get this done here. Okay, I've got it through the guides. Now we got the first part of it done. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually going to make a loop like you're tying a shoe and have this open hole here. Then I'll take the free end if it will work with me here. Come on. And go through. Oh no. Where'd it go? Well, it works better if you don't let your knot close, like I just did. Now it's gone. So let's do that again, and not make it so tight. So we have the open hole here. This takes a little practice. I haven't had practice, so I'm messing up. You bring it through. You still have your open hole. And what you do is, why is this being so hard? You move this down some. It's not wanting to stay up. You have your open hole here, and you put the line through the open hole. And you want to keep that line open. And then you wrap it around like you're doing a slip knot. You wrap it around the top of the line. a couple times, 3 or 4. And then you come back through that hole again. Back through the hole, and then back through the hole that made, which is just like a slip knot. And then you have your open section here. Now I'll let you know, my slip knot is a little high, so I'm just going to drag that down a little bit. And then boom, you have it. You have some free play here. I have a little too much free play. As you can see there, that's a little big. You only need it about 1/3 that size, probably 1/2 of an inch. My loop should really start down here, but I'm a whole novice at this thing. I'm still learning, just like everybody else. But this is good enough for now, and it'll actually still work. This doesn't look pretty. And as fishing goes, I don't need everything to look pretty. I just need it to work. So this will allow the bait to have more free play when it's moving in the water and not be tautly tied to it so it's stuck in one location. It'll actually have some ability to swing side to side, which will give it it'll allow it to use more of its ability to display as a hurt minnow or shad. So with that done, we're ready to fish. This is on the line. I only have 4 hooks because I pulled off 2 of them trying to catch a bass I thought that was under a lily pad and trying to be a carp. Not a big deal. So the water's really dirty. Not dirty. It still has that cyanobacteria growth in the water and other things. So I'm gonna work around the edges, see if there's any bass on the shoreline or near the shoreline, and see if I can't promote a strike. And probably won't be able to get that on video, but I'll try. So here we are. Let's give it a whirl. Without me falling in the water. Got some weeds. Well, I am seeing some bluegills right below me going after this bait, but they're a little too small in their mouths. Can't really get around it. There are a micro Rapala countdown minnow. I don't know if it's a countdown, but it's a micro set of Rapala lures that work specifically for panfish and crappie. The panfish ones are even smaller. The crappie ones are near this size, or maybe 3 centimeters. But I would need a smaller line. I would need my other rod, which is the Eagle Claw packet, which will be able to handle it, because this one's just a little too big. It's 6.5 feet long. The other one's Eagle Claw packet is 5.5 feet long, so that will be better able to be casted and not get all the snags from the wind pulling off the reel, then causing a bird's nest. So I'm actually going to move in my spots here and see if there's something somewhere else I can catch something. So I tried out the Rapala countdown minnow. It worked pretty well. It looked great in the water, it had great movement, and I discovered some bait fish that look exactly like the minnow right here on this dock. Kind of hard to see. They're like flashes swirling or whirling right at the edge of the dock, which means the bass aren't there because they would be eating them. But I thought I could cast out just a little bit of the ways here, maybe get some stragglers on the outside that are trying to like dive in and dive back out and get these things, but no bites. But that's cool, and you know, it's a good test. It's a little windy. It's not supposed to rain today, but it's supposed to be cloudy, but it's been raining on and off. That 5% chance is pretty strong here in Boston. So let's see if I can just get a look at these minnows here. It's kind of hard to see. It's really dark, but if it was bright out here, maybe you could see them. Actually, now I don't see them as much, but when my bait went by, they started moving, and I was like, whoa, there's minnows down there. It's crazy. So if you've been thinking about using some Rapala lures, particularly a Rapala countdown lure that sinks at a pre-described amount of time, I would promote that you would use it in a place that's somewhere between 5 and 10 feet, and fish are either suspended, which they are, a little further out here on Boston's Charles River, and it'd probably be better if you had a kayak, like I lost it right there, or some kind of boat. You can get out there, make it happen for that little bit of time that you have during lunch, or maybe you can go in the morning or the evening and hit it up in the weekend too. Hit it at all angles. So this is Dwight Norris, Fishing at Work, with the Rapala Countdown Minnow lure, 5 centimeters, 2 inches, Rapala CD5, I believe it's called. And try some Rapala lures out. You might be surprised. They are still the same company they were. They're still making great quality products, and apparently there's a nifty safety feature on the hooks that allow them to snap off before the actual bait does, because we know they're a little expensive, but they mimic the bait fish almost perfectly and they work. So see you out here in the water.